Good morning, everybody. It's time for morning manna. And this morning, for the Sabbath of it, for the Sabbath of it. Can I say that one more time? For the Sabbath of it. We say for the sake of this, for the sake of that. Well, this morning is all about for the Sabbath of it. Yesterday, I was talking about and dealing with this whole thing of balance, if you will, rhythm, if you will. Well, this morning I continue this whole thought behind that, and is for the Sabbath of it. Now, I know some of y'all thought I wasn't going to show up this morning, but you know what? Better late than never. How about that? Better late than never, baby. I'm here and I got a word for you. Impartation time is in the house for the Sabbath of it. For the Sabbath of it. Now I want you to tell me what is it that you think the Sabbath is all about? It. Put it in the chat area. Put it in the chat area. What do you think the Sabbath, when the scriptures come to talking about a Sabbath, the Sabbath, they were so upset with Jesus because he did things on the Sabbath, and he reminded them on one occasion, look, David, when he was out running from Saul, he went and got some food on the Sabbath, but there's supposed to be no work, no anything on the Sabbath. And how many of you remember when you iron your clothes on Saturday? You laid out everything on Saturday. Your mother fixed a meal on Saturday, warmed it up on Sunday, but all of that was done on Saturday to keep from doing anything. How many of you remember when there were no stores open? Now, I know I'm going way back now. Some of y'all said, "No, wait a minute, Bishop. Now I ain't that old," but some of y'all are. Some of y'all are. So I just want to ask that question: What do you remember those days when there was no stores open, and then it went from no stores or just no liquor stores open. Now everything is open. What about that? Well, at any rate, this morning for the Sabbath of it, still talking about this whole rhythm of balanced life. Let's greet some people and get into the word on this morning. Good morning, Arlene. How are you? And good morning, Lenora. How are you on this morning? Ramona, how are you on this morning? Dolores, how are you? Homegirl in the house. Valerie, how are you on this morning? Brother Nesbitt, how you doing on this morning? DK, everybody stop everything. DK is in house. But you know what? I don't think we really, it's been several months now, but I don't think we really celebrated DK and his family that has been reunited. We prayed for it. Maybe we did. I don't remember. I don't remember. But nevertheless, his family is with him now. It's a wonderful thing. Good morning, Joya. How are you this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you? Brother Bobby Pope in Middlesex, North Carolina. How are you this morning? Jura, how are you? Vaughn, how are you? Patrice, how are you? Liz, how are you on this morning? Pamela, how are you? Brenda is in the house on this morning. Your daughter should be coming up here shortly, always. Good morning, Elder Jan. How are you? Laura, how are you? Yolanda, how are you? Deborah, how are you on this morning? Anna, how are you doing on this morning? Ella, how are you? Here she is. Linda, I knew it was coming. Good morning, Verena. How are you on this morning? Elder Jan, how are you on this morning? Vicky, how are you on this morning? This morning for the Sabbath of it. For the Sabbath of it. That's what we're talking about on this morning. And I just wanted to ask the question, Jacqueline, do you all remember certain things about Dan the Man on Sunday? What we didn't do now. Now, I came from, I'm a PK, of course, and trust when I tell you, those clothes had better been ironed, those shoes had better been shined, all of that stuff had better been done before Sunday. If not, you were going to go to church with wrinkled clothes or something, or get a beat down. It was something. But I know you all remember that. Well, we want to talk about this, if you will. Patrice says, a intentional day of rest from things that distract you from God. Okay, I should have known. Patrice is the theologian. All right. Good morning, Pamela. How are you on this morning? Let me get a couple more, and then we're going to get right into it. Bev, Tally. How are you on this morning? Deborah, all the way from Houston. How are you on this morning? This morning, and Greg, all the way from Cleveland, Ohio. How about that? LeBron State, if you will. How about that? Well, this morning, that's what we're going to do, talk about on this morning. for the Sabbath of it, for the Sabbath of it. So let's get right into this morning's manna.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
The text is Exodus 20:8. You've heard it before. Hear it again for the first time. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. Let's put it in context, and we'll give you the talk of the text and the takeaway. Sabbath was never meant to be a burden. It was meant to be a blessing. Get this. God didn't command Sabbath because he was tired. God wasn't tired. He commanded it because we get tired. Sabbath is not about catching up on chores, errands, or squeezing in some extra hustle and grind time. It's about stepping back, breathing deep, letting creation recreate, recreation. Or we play ball, we go to soccer field with the kids, the grandkids, this, that, or the other. But it causes a recreation. Let's go further. Let's go deeper. Taking a Sabbath for the Sabbath of it means we're not just taking a break because we've hit a wall, but because God built rest into the rhythm of creation. Notice that. He put rest in the rhythm of creation. Therefore, we have to keep that in mind. 6 days he worked, and on the seventh, he rested. He wasn't tired. No. He was putting it in the rhythm of things. Well, not a weakness, but out of wisdom, putting a framework for us to follow. Rest is worship. Grab this. Rest is resistance in a grind culture. Rest is trust that God's going to take care of it, even when I sit back. Get that. Rest is God's going to take care of this, even when I'm not. 3 things I want you to get. Put it in the chat. Sabbath is holy time, not just time off, but time set apart for God. There's a recreation, a recreation, a restitution, a reconstitution, a reconstitution. 2. Sabbath is a declaration of trust that God provides even when I pause. That God provides even when I pause. 3. Sabbath is soul medicine. It heals what constant work can't reach. That one's for me. Because many times I think if I just work more, it could give me affirmation, it'll reinvigorate me. I'd like to be around people. But Sabbath is soul medicine. It heals what constant work can't reach. What's your takeaway this morning? It's this. Listen, don't just take a day off. Take a Sabbath. Rest in God. Don't just take a day off. Take a Sabbath and rest in God. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. If this manna bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. Can't wait to see you tomorrow night. I got a word for you on tonight. I wrap it all up with who's got your back. You already know. God bless you. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. Bye now.